The sweetest seduction: how sugar whispers to your brain. Welcome back to All Things Beneficial. Let's face it, we all have a sweet tooth. There's something about a sugary treat that just makes us feel good. Maybe it's a warm chocolate chip cookie, a scoop of ice cream, or even just a spoonful of sugar in our morning coffee. Sugar has this incredible power to soothe our souls and lift our spirits. The answer lies in the fascinating way sugar interacts with our brains. Sugar hijacks our brain's reward system, making us crave it more. This seduction starts the moment sugar hits our tongue. Our taste buds send signals to the brain's reward system. This area is responsible for feelings of pleasure and happiness. Sugar throws a massive party in this reward system. The result? We feel an instant surge of happiness and satisfaction. Dopamine delight, the science of sugar rush. Now, let's dive a little deeper into the science behind this sugar rush. The star of the show is a neurotransmitter called dopamine. Dopamine is often called the feel-good hormone because it's released when we experience something pleasurable, like enjoying a delicious meal, listening to our favorite music, or yes, you guessed it, indulging in sugary treats. When we eat sugar, our brains get flooded with dopamine. This dopamine surge creates a feeling of intense pleasure, which we experience as a sugar high. It's like our brains are saying, yes, this is amazing, give me more. This feeling is so powerful that it can actually overshadow other important signals in our bodies, like those telling us we're full or that we've had enough sugar. Think of it like this. Imagine a group of kids in a candy store. They're surrounded by colorful candies, lollipops, and chocolates. They're grabbing everything they can, their excitement levels through the roof. That's what happens in our brains during a sugar rush. But just like those kids in the candy store, our brains can't stay hyped up on sugar forever. What goes up must come down, and in the case of sugar, this coming down is what we call a sugar crash. Crash landing, from sugar high to brain fog. Remember that amazing sugar high we talked about? Well, unfortunately, it's like a party that ends with everyone feeling sluggish and exhausted. As our blood sugar levels spike and then plummet, we experience a range of unpleasant symptoms, collectively known as a sugar crash. Brain fog is one of the most common signs of a sugar crash. It's that feeling of mental sluggishness, like your brain is stuck in mud. You might find it difficult to concentrate, remember things, or even hold a conversation. This happens because our brains rely on a steady supply of glucose, or sugar, for energy. When we overload on sugar, our blood sugar levels spike, giving our brains a temporary energy boost. But this is quickly followed by a sharp drop in blood sugar, leaving our brains feeling drained and depleted. Irritability is another hallmark of a sugar crash. Remember those happy-go-lucky kids in the candy store? Well, imagine them now, all sugared out, cranky, and ready to burst into tears at any moment. That's what happens to our brains during a sugar crash. The dopamine party is over, and now we're left feeling grumpy and irritable. The bitter truth: long-term effects of sugar overload. While the occasional sugary treat might seem harmless, consistently bombarding our brains with sugar can have some serious long-term consequences. Think of it like this. If you keep throwing parties in your house every single day, eventually, your home will start to show wear and tear. The same goes for our brains. Years of excessive sugar consumption can lead to a range of problems, including memory issues, difficulty concentrating, and even an increased risk of dementia. One of the ways sugar affects our brains in the long run is by impairing our memory. Studies have shown that people who consume high amounts of added sugar tend to have poorer memory function compared to those who limit their sugar intake. This is because excess sugar can interfere with the growth of new brain cells in the hippocampus, a brain area crucial for learning and memory. Furthermore, a high sugar diet can fuel inflammation throughout the body, including in the brain. Chronic inflammation can damage brain cells and impair their ability to communicate effectively, leading to cognitive decline and an increased risk of neurodegenerative diseases like Alzheimer's. Sweet alternatives, nourishing your brain without the sugar rush. Now, before you swear off sugar forever and raid your pantry to throw out everything sweet, let's take a deep breath. Our brains do need glucose to function properly. It's their primary source of energy. However, the key is to provide our brains with a steady and sustainable source of glucose, not the sugar rush and crash cycle that comes from processed foods and sugary drinks. The good news is that there are plenty of delicious and healthy ways to satisfy your sweet cravings without sending your brain on a roller coaster ride. Fruits, for instance, are nature's candy. They're packed with natural sugars, fiber, vitamins, and antioxidants that benefit both our bodies and our brains. Berries, in particular, are a great choice as they're low in sugar and high in antioxidants, which protect our brains from damage. Other brain-boosting foods include fatty fish, rich in omega-3 fatty acids, leafy green vegetables, packed with vitamins and minerals, and nuts and seeds, providing healthy fats and protein. Breaking up with sugar tips for a healthier relationship. Breaking up with sugar doesn't have to be dramatic. Make small, sustainable changes to your diet. Read food labels carefully. You might be surprised by hidden sugars. Pay attention to added sugars. Cut back on sugary drinks. Sodas and sweetened drinks are major sources. Opt for water or unsweetened tea. Satisfy your sweet tooth with fruit. Reach for fruit instead of candy. Berries, apples, and oranges are great options. Choose whole grains over refined grains. Whole grains provide steady energy. Stay hydrated. Drink enough water throughout the day. Breaking up with sugar is a marathon, not a sprint. Be patient and focus on healthy foods. Your brain will thank you. Don't forget to subscribe, comment, like, and share. Thank you for watching.